Terrific TV Toys. We are making our way through the series of figures by Figures Toy Company celebrating the 1966 Batman TV series. It is time for round 3, also known as series 3, and we're going to take a look at 2 out of the 4 figures because honestly I didn't buy the other 2. They were variations of Batman and Robin that I just didn't feel were different enough to really warrant the purchase. I was happy with the Batman and Robin I had from the earlier series. So, Shame and Mad Hatter are what we're going to focus on next. The villainous character of the Mad Hatter has been around since 1948. Can you believe that? He first appeared in an issue of the Batman comics of that time. It was number 49 in October of that year. He is a scientist, and he is particularly fond of mind control, and he had a really good incarnation in the 1990s Batman, the animated series, if you happen to catch that. That Mad Hatter was pretty interesting, and because that character comes from Alice in Wonderland lore, the animated series, he was infatuated with this young blonde female named Alice, so it was pretty fun. And on Batman, the live-action show from 1966, this Mad Hatter was portrayed by David Wayne. Now, David Wayne, I know as a Dallas fan, a classic Dallas fan, I know David Wayne as the original Digger Barnes, and he was really good as that kind of washed up, drunken, old, former oil wildcatter. It was a really good character. And so that was years after he played the Mad Hatter on the Batman show, of course. Mad Hatter's other name is Jervis Tetch, which actually was used on the live-action Batman show. It also was heavily used on the animated series that I mentioned, too. So you definitely knew that that was his alternate name. The Batman live-action show, he had a trick top hat, which we do see a top hat included in this figure by Figures Toy Company. And there was a hypnotic beam, and again, that whole thing with mind control that he was fond of. David Wayne was credited for 4 episodes of the Batman series, beginning with the episode called The 13th Hat, which aired originally on February 23rd, 1966. So this is the Mad Hatter figure, part of Series 3. You can see we've got some nice screenshots showing David Wayne in that role, red hair and a red mustache, and we see that coming through in this figure. Kind of a stern look. I love it, and that was definitely the Digger Barnes of Classic Dallas, too. That was the early days of Classic Dallas. That was like the very first few episodes in 1978 when he originated that role, by the way. But I do digress. Let's take a look at this wonderful figure by Figures Toy Company. A glance at the back, of course similar to what we've seen in previous episodes. So let's take him out of the box. I'll go ahead and peel off this plastic for good measure because I will take this casing, keep this casing after I've opened him up. It's the first time I am seeing him pulling apart the bubble casing as in other episodes and just slipping out the figure as it is pinned to its base here, and the hat also. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is so fun. Look at that. I love that. There's that. There's that hypnotic beam that I mentioned. It does not move. It would be just mind-blowing if it actually, like, shut down and collapsed onto the brim of the hat, but it is stationary there. But oh man, that is very cool. Wow, just so interesting. Okay, so the figure itself, we'll set that hat over here. Look at that. He's got like a little, I guess it's supposed to be like a boutonniere or corsage on his lapel, which, I have to go back and look at the episodes. I don't see it there or there in this screenshot. Interesting, he must have worn it in one of those, at least one of those 4 episodes that he appeared in. We will take the twist ties off the back. Got a couple twist ties pinning down his legs, and then one, of course, around his neck. What we've seen before. Loosen everything up so we can pull him out of this casing. Very nice, classy gray three-piece suit here. I'm liking this. Very stylish. And we got some tails going on. Oh, and the shoe fell off. This, I think, isn't this? I would have to go back and look, but isn't this like a penguin shoe, similar to what we saw in that figure a few episodes ago? I want to say, but I go into these things cold, so like I said, I'd have to go check. Okay, Mr. David Wayne. So sinister. Look at those raging eyebrows. Wow. And wonderful detail, once again, on the clothing. Tails here, a couple buttons in the back for good measure, and finished hems, pant leg here. Can you see that? It's like folded, material folded over and then stitched there. Nice touch with his, I guess, sort of spectator shoes. I know with females, when this style of shoe was like a high-heel pump, they called them spectator pumps. So I think that's similar to the style. We have one shirt sleeve kind of pulled down low, and I think that's because, I think that's because it was actually caught on a finger as he was being dressed. Now he's free of that. So that's why we see the white cuff on one side, but we do not see it on the other. It's way up there. I can see it when I look in. Maybe the camera will pick it up, but it did not float as far. But yeah, those are long sleeves on the white undershirt. Again, separate pieces for this wardrobe for the Mad Hatter. Very nice. And then this sort of tie with a rhinestone on it. Again, I have to look at the screenshots. Yeah, you can kind of see on that top one, there is a stone there, like a tie tack or something that he wears. And then we've got a folded over collar, again Velcro all the way through. We've got the Velcro on the vest, although not on the jacket. The jacket just hangs there open. It does not close. Nice detail on the jacket though, by the way. Folded lapels and then pocket flap that is sewn on. So yeah, back to the white shirt, has Velcro enclosure, and all tucked in nice and proper with the Velcro enclosure in the back of the slacks too. So yeah, we can see how the shirt tucks in there. I like these wardrobe details. Wardrobe. For an action figure, maybe you wouldn't call it that. Maybe you would just call it his outfit. But yeah, all separate pieces. We will kind of tuck that in again and put them nice and proper, and make sure he's all suited up and looking good to go out and terrorize Gotham City and avoid the Batman. Okay, hat doesn't quite fit down on the head, but if you want to pose, oh my gosh, he's almost going to stand on his own too. I guess I like these shoes. Okay, let's set him up like that. Yeah. He scares me, especially with that hat on, which really makes the outfit. So yeah, you can pose him like that. He's just adorable. Good job with the Mad Hatter figure. Okay, we're going to take another break from this Bat-Blitz series to look at a couple other things on Terrific TV Toys, and then we will return again with Series 4, all 4 figures of Series 4, so stay tuned.